Welcome back to Northwest Elite Spirit, the channel you come to train your mind, body, and spirit. I'm Coach Brian. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do that now and make sure to ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all of my newest releases. This is You Are Free from Encounters with the Nagual, Conversations with Carlos Castaneda by Armando Torres from the chapter The Task of the Seers of Today. Carlos said, upon verifying the rule of the three-pronged Nagual, Don Juan deduced that, inevitably, the time of a new breed of warriors was at hand, and I have called them the modern Seers. I asked Carlos, are there any peculiarities in the luminous composition of those warriors? Carlos replied, no. In every era, man's energy pattern has been very homogeneous, so the origination of the party was the same. However, the warriors of today are experiencing a slide towards green in their luminosity, which means they are recovering characteristics of the old seers. This is something unforeseen, although it is for sure covered by the rule. The true difference between seers of the past and those of today is in their behavior. At the moment, we are not subjected to the same repressions as in previous eras, and therefore sorcerers have fewer restrictions. Clearly, this has a purpose: popularization of the teaching. I have lived a moment of renewal. My task is to close the lineage of Don Juan with a golden key and to open up possibilities for those who come later. That is why I have said that I am the next Nagual of my lineage, not in an absolute sense, but in the sense of radical change. At this point, Carlos took a break in his presentation and reminded me of a conversation we had when we first met. At that time, I had asked him to tell me tales of power. He replied that he could not refuse what I was asking, but to hand over those stories without any directions would have been to trivialize them. Carlos said, I hope what you have seen during these years fulfills your expectations. I did what I could, considering your limitations as well as mine. I know you have already begun to train your dreaming double, and that guarantees that you can continue by yourself. Your double won't leave you alone until you arrive at your totality. The theoretical part is finished, and it is time to give you a last gift. The tone of Carlos's voice as he spoke those words, somewhere between familiar and solemn, made me concentrate all my attention. He continued saying, the final teaching says that in connection with intent, every person, whoever it may be, who approaches the Nagual has his place inside the total context of the rule. So you are not alone. Sorcerers are expecting something from you. I was a little confused and asked, what? Carlos explained, all warriors have a task. Yours is to fulfill what the Spirit told you to do. That is your path to power. I asked him, and what is that task? He replied, well, your personal mission is something your benefactor will communicate to you someday. However, in accordance with the rule of the three-pronged Nagual, I am following a long-term strategy devised by Don Juan, which commits you to my teacher's intent. What is expected from you is that you say to those who surround you, you are free. You can fly by yourselves. You have the necessary information. What are you waiting for? Act impeccably and see how energy finds a way. Warn everyone that with the culmination of Don Juan's lineage, the knowledge is wide open. Each warrior is responsible for himself and can provide himself with a minimum opportunity, which is to organize his own party.